decade, it was considered the toughest competition in sports. A brutal gauntlet of pressure and pain, with a singular goal: to anoint the next great UFC star. Now, the wait is finally over. The Ultimate Fighter is back. But before stepping into the octagon for a 29th season, we'll take a look back at the series that changed MMA and the UFC forever. For the pioneers who started it all.
Do you want to be a fighter? That is my question.
To the warriors who laid it all on the line.
It's definitely no exaggeration to say that The Ultimate Fighter changed my life.
We'll relive some of the most unforgettable moments in Ultimate Fighter history. A groundbreaking battle that changed everything.
You knew people were calling each other going, "Are you watching this right now?"
Rivalries fueled by intense competition.
That's good. That's good.
Breaks off you, boy.
And emotional stories of triumph that turned unknown fighters into global superstars.
Michael Bisping is the champion!
This is the Ultimate Fighter through the years.
Welcome to the Apex, the UFC's new state-of-the-art training center and the new home of the Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter is considered by many to be the hardest competition in sports. It helped the UFC grow into an international phenomenon, but it's come a long way since its inception, and I was lucky enough to be there from the very beginning.
The UFC was originally formed in 1993 as a way to answer that age-old question of which martial art was the best.
And they go. Kathy, what do you think? Let's go low.
I saw the first ever UFC. A bunch of guys were telling me about it. They had no time limits, no rounds, no rules, and I couldn't believe it was actually happening. There was definitely a stigma attached to the UFC. Some positive, a very small group of people thought it was positive, and a lot of other people thought it was negative. So what started to happen is states started banning the UFC, and then they lost their cable pay-per-view contract, and by 2001, the UFC was on the verge of bankruptcy.
On a business retreat in Miami with my brother Frank and the rest of our executive team at Station Casinos, Dana called me and he said, "I just heard that the UFC is going to be sold. You and Frank should look at buying this thing."
We bought this thing for $2 million, and I don't know what was going to happen. They called me in one day, and they said, "We want you to be the president of the UFC."
Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Dana, congratulations on your first show. That's got to feel good.
Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. We're very excited.
Let's get it on! Come on! Think about this. Frank, Lorenzo, and I, not only had we never promoted a fight before, we'd never done anything in television production. But we knew exactly what we wanted, and in that goal, we wanted to build the UFC into the biggest brand in the sport.
Our gates continued to be pretty darn good, but we still were in the red. We were losing money. We weren't able to get sponsors. We weren't able to get traction in pay-per-view.
Lorenzo called me one day and said, "Listen, I can't keep doing this, man. I want you to go out and see what you can get for this thing." And I called Lorenzo at the end of the day and I said, "I think we can get $6 million for it. Maybe we can get $8 million." And he just sat there on the other phone and said, "All right, I'll call you tomorrow."
At that point, we were in, $40 or so million. Obviously, we were going to take a massive loss. I went home that night, got a good night's sleep. For whatever reason, woke up the next day, tons of energy. I called Dana, I said, "I'm not ready to do this. I'm not ready to let go of this thing. We've never not been successful in anything we've ever done. We're going to figure this thing out."
What we knew we had to do was to get on television, and reality shows were big. So the thing was, we're gonna put fights on TV, but we're gonna put it on through reality. Went out on the road to try to sell this thing to sponsors, and nobody was interested in giving us any money. We ended up meeting Craig Piligian.
Frank and Lorenzo stood there and they were brave, and they said to me, "Here's the deal. We're gonna pay for it. Let's find the network." We found Spike.
On this season of The Ultimate Fighter.
Let's just put all our chips on the table, everything we have. our last ditch to try to make this thing work. If it doesn't work after this, we're going to shut it down, call it quits, and it's done. We'll move on.
If you look around inside this gym right now, there's pictures of legends, Hall of Famers, and the greatest fighters in the world. So I ask you this question. Which one of you will have your picture up in here? Good luck, gentlemen.
So it's basically 16 guys, 2 different weight classes, live in a house, get split up into 2 different teams with 2 different coaches. And at the end of the season, you'd end up with 2 different guys in 2 different weight classes that would win and become the Ultimate Fighter. Then the coaches would fight on pay-per-view.
I don't have a problem with fighting at all.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with fighting.
I have a problem with not getting paid for fighting when I said I'll never fight for free again.
I was at some nutrition company trying to get them to sponsor the Ultimate Fighter, and Lorenzo calls me. He says, hey, what's going on here at the Ultimate Fighter? I don't know. What's going on over there at the Ultimate Fighter? What are you talking about? He says, these guys are all here saying they're not gonna fight. You have to understand at that time, the pressure and the stress that we're under, this is the last shot. If this thing doesn't work, the UFC is done.
Did anybody come here thinking that they would not fight? Speak up, let me hear it.
Some of us thought we weren't going to fight till the finals.
That was my understanding.
Let me explain something to everybody. This is a very, and when I say very, I can't explain to you what a unique opportunity this is. You have nothing to worry about every day, except coming in and getting better at what supposedly you want to do for a living. Big deal, the guy sleeping next to you stinks. He's drunk all night, making noise, and you can't sleep. You got roommates. We picked who we believe are the best guys in this country right now. Act like it, man. Do you want to be a fighter? That's the question.
That's why I'm here.
It's not about cutting weight. It's not about living in a house. It's about, do you want to be a fighter? It's not all signing autographs and banging broads when you get out of here. It's not. It's no fun, man. It's a job, just like any other job. So the question is, not did you think you had to make weight? Did you think you had to do this? Do you want to be a fighter? That is my question. Anybody who says they don't, I don't want you here. And I'll throw you the out of this gym so fast your head will spin. It's up to you. I don't care. Cool? I love you all. That's why you're here. Have a good night, gentlemen.
Dana gave the speech of a lifetime, Who Wants to Be a Fighter speech, which really got people invested in it. And he said it from the heart, which to this day is the greatest speech in reality TV. I'm sorry.
President of the UFC can't fire you up. I don't know who can.
Yeah, fired up.
I mean, that speech was right up there with something Vince Lombardi would say to his team, you know? After he gave that speech, we all wanted to fight each other right there.
The Ultimate Fighter premieres in January of '05, and I had a feeling, I said, you know what, I'm telling you, this thing is gonna work, and boom. Ratings came in after the first show. I got a call from Craig Pledgy, and he goes, I told you, I knew this was gonna work. This is a home run on Spike.
We're pulling unbelievable numbers on Spike, right? And I can't get these guys on the phone.
Here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, we are inside the Cox Pavilion.
So going into the finale, I don't even know if there's gonna be a season 2. You know, we don't know anything.
The finals are underway.
Leading into that finale, Diego Sanchez and Kenny Florian go out there and fight.
Florian being punished by Sanchez. Florian suffers. Steve Mazzagatti starts the fight. It's all over.
And Diego Sanchez annihilates Kenny Florian in seconds. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. This is terrible. Forrest and Stefan need to deliver, man.
Here we go. Nice turn inside kick. And here we go. Wow, big right hand. What a wall. Stefan Bonner staying in the pocket. Big right hand by Forrest. So you want to be an Ultimate Fighter?
That fight starts and it's on, man. Just a knockdown, drag him out war.
Muay Thai clinch and a big knee by Bonner. Forrest is just on its feet. Oh, uppercut just missed. Toe-to-toe they go. Going.
Those two beat the ever-living out of each other. It was the single greatest fight in UFC history.
These guys are literally giving it everything they have here.
People were calling each other going, are you watching this fight? Are you watching this right now?
Bonner goes with the wheel kick.
During the fight, people are stomping their feet, and people are cheering and going crazy, and people at home or watching the fight start to call their friends. And the number just starts to grow and grow and grow and grow.
5 seconds.
At the end of the fight, we literally sit down there and we looked at each other, and I didn't care what happened. We knew we made it.
By unanimous decision, Forrest Griffin!
The season 1 finale was a huge success. Winning that fight launched my career in the UFC and changed my life forever. It also gave the UFC new life. After signing a deal with Spike, the series was off and running, producing some truly unforgettable TV moments.
Let's get it on, come on!
We had come off an incredible season, continued to do very strong ratings. Everything was great.
I am genuinely excited about this season.
By season 4, we decided to open the competition to UFC fighters.
This season isn't like all the other seasons. The winners will get a shot at the title. This is your big opportunity. Make the most of it, guys. Good luck, boys. All right.
Champion at the time was George St. Pierre, one of the greatest fighters to ever live and to ever compete in mixed martial arts.
Will tonight be the defining moment of Matt Serra's career?
Matt Serra was a great jiu-jitsu fighter. At this point, I think his UFC record was 4-4. Then he goes on season 4 of The Ultimate Fighter, wins it, and finds himself fighting GSP for the welterweight title. And from there, he goes on to shock the world.
Unbelievable! Serra buckles St. Pierre. St. Pierre down again. Serra's trying to upset St. Pierre.
Good Lord. He's hurt him 3 times in the last 6 seconds.
It's unbelievable! Serra is the new welterweight champion of the world!
Matt Serra goes in and knocks out George St. Pierre in the first round and becomes the welterweight champion of the world.
The new UFC welterweight champion of the world!
This next guy that's coming is definitely a fighter. Question is he a mixed martial artist? So let's bring number 16 in.
Who is it, Tank Abbott?
What's up, Kimbo?
What's up, D-Dub?
Jump in line there.
Being on the show itself, it's an honor, what I'm saying, considering all that Dana White was saying about me. I'm already street certified for doing what I do, and so now it's time to take it to the next level and prove myself as an ultimate fighter.
Bringing in Kimbo Slice. It was controversial at the time because Kimbo had so much popularity through the internet, and he was almost like a cult figure. And he's getting all this attention. He's never done anything. He's a street fighter. He can't fight at this level. So if he can come in and prove himself, let's do it. Let's see how it works.
Come on, Kimbo, let's go, baby.
The night Kimbo Slice fought on The Ultimate Fighter against Roy Nelson, we shattered every record.
Ready? Let's do it. Reach, chin down, hands up.
Having Kimbo Slice on the show, it was a huge anticipation to see what he was going to do when he stepped into the octagon. He got his shots in, but at the end of the day, Big Country was just too skilled, a veteran, and he's been around fighting big names for a while. So it really was not really fair for Kimbo.
Kimbo's fight on The Ultimate Fighter was a massive success with the ratings. But it did show that being a badass brawler isn't gonna get you that far in the UFC. You gotta have the whole package. You need striking, wrestling, grappling. But to be fair, in his first fight on Tough, he fought Roy Nelson, the guy who ended up winning that season.
Hit me first. Come on. Punch him in the shoulder. Ooh. Oh, that was cheating.
Some of the unforgettable moments over the years happened outside the octagon. One of the earliest was in season 5.
and it took place at the house.
Move the chair.
You know, one of the major rules of being on The Ultimate Fighter is there's no fighting outside of the cage.
Noah Thomas and Marlon Sims get into a fight, and Thomas armbars Sims. Sims literally picks him up and power slams him onto the concrete.
Give him the off. No. On the concrete.
And, you know, dangerous and could have ended up bad.
What happened last night is exactly what most of the people in the real world think of us. You're a bunch of goons. Guess what? You're gone, and Lobster, you're gone.
What Dana wanted to do was show that, listen, this kind of behavior isn't tolerated, that is not the behavior of a UFC professional fighter. You can't go out and just kick anybody's ass out there, that, you know, there are certain standards and there are certain responsibilities of being a UFC fighter.
Never touched that belt in your life. But the guy you brought up touched it.
Right, TJ? TJ's here with us.
Here with us. He ain't with you.
Conor McGregor's probably the most outspoken fighter in the UFC. And in season 22, when he was coaching against Uriah Faber, he was constantly pushing Uriah's buttons about the fact that one of his training partners from Team Alpha Male, TJ Dillashaw, was rumored to be leaving his camp. Then, at one of the weigh-ins that season, TJ showed up, and that's when the whole thing blew up.
Where's the little weasel? Has he got Dwayne with him? Yeah, I've told Uriah many times. He needs to recognize who's with him, who's against him.
That's why I can't let you sit and talk about TJ without saying something, because that's my boy. That's loyalty.
What, you gonna do something about it? What you gonna do?
I'll do something about it.
Well, do something then. Do something then, you. Do something then, you. Do something then, you. Build it. Do something then, you. Build. Do something then, you. Build. Do something, you little twerp.
Cody Garbrandt, you know, was getting fed up and getting fed up and getting fed up.
You'll do nothing, you little twerp, yeah? You'll do. You'll do a sweet little call.
Take care of your underwears. I'm gonna you, man.
Like, we're in this heated thing, and David Temier goes, "Change your underwear, little boy, because I'm gonna you."
Yeah, you little boy with big mouth.
Yeah, I try to what happens.
I'm gonna all of you.
And we all just started laughing, and that calmed the things down.
Dude, I'll come to your ass, dude.
You're never gonna touch that.
Please.
You little short-ass bitch.
For the winner, and moving on to the live finale here in Las Vegas at the Palms, Jesse Taylor.
I feel awesome. I don't think it's really even kicked in yet. I have a good feeling it's gonna hit me tonight.
Apparently, Jesse Taylor and a couple of the guys rented a limo, and when the limo pulled into the valet, Jesse Taylor kicked the window out of the limousine. And if that wasn't bad enough, then he went into the hotel and started terrorizing some of the female guests. And when he was approached by security, he started flipping out and getting hostile with them and basically telling them, "You know who I am? I'm a UFC fighter." And that don't cut it.
What's up?
What happened when you went out?
Drank a little too much.
It's one thing to be in the house and bust up the house and have fun, but when you get back out into the real world, you go to jail for that. Bro, you're not even famous yet. What the are you gonna be like when you start making money and everybody wants your autograph and all the girls want to hang out with you? What's gonna happen to you? The bottom line is, you're out, bro. The first time ever that somebody gets kicked off after the show.
Opportunity of a lifetime. I was this close, though. Been about my whole life, though, so.
The Ultimate Fighter isn't just about the fighters. Every season, two of the biggest stars in the UFC face off as coaches, knowing they'll eventually face off in the octagon. Seeing someone every day that you're eventually gonna fight can make for some pretty tense moments.
Everybody, everything's cool.
You hate me, I hate you. All right, let's make this an awesome show. You know, at the end of this is all done, may the best team win. It's business.
I think the earliest example of two coaches not liking each other, two coaches that were gonna fight at the end of the season, was season 3 of The Ultimate Fighter between Tito Ortiz and Ken Shamrock.
Team's dwindling, buddy. Your team's dwindling.
Well, wait till I get to you. I'm gonna knock your head off.
That's what you said last time. You look like Frankenstein. Marshmallow boy.
Little bitch.
These guys had a history, and it was very real. They did not like each other.
Tito, keep going, man. We'll get it going before then.
So that's fine with me, dude.
What's that?
You heard me? I said
Yeah, come on. Come on, dude.
What?
Come on.
What?
You think, hey,
Okay, sorry.
we can get it. Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. What? Hey, I'm a tough guy.
Yeah.
What? Remember last time I saw paint you with a paintbrush?
Yeah, last
Purple
time.
one.
You keep thinking about last
Yeah,
time.
go ahead, red guy. Ken's so easy to get under, man. The guy has no confidence in what he does, and I get under his skin, man. I just push the right buttons, and things happen.
Because I'm going to beat the snot out of you this
Go
time,
ahead,
boy.
red guy.
I'm going to smash your little head.
Yeah, we'll see who's a boy. Boy.
Yeah, punk.
Old man. That's all right.
Hey, yes, all right. You watch this old man punch a hole in your head.
Oh, okay. Just like you
Go
did
ahead,
last
reach
time,
out
right?
and touch me, Tito.
Yeah, reach out.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
This was the first time you saw two coaches on The Ultimate Fighter who really wanted to beat each other up.
You keep remembering the last time.
Yeah. Talk. That's all you do.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm not. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep living through your boys here, boy, because that's all you're gonna get.
My kids listen to me
That's
well.
all you're gonna get.
Exactly. That's fine. Watch and see.
I'm gonna kick the out of you, Rashad. You don't believe that. You don't believe that, do you? I know it. I'm gonna beat the brakes off. Let me tell you why you ain't gonna happen. You too slow. You think so? You too slow. I'm glad you think that. You too slow. It don't matter. And your head too big and it's too easy to hit.
Rampage and Rashad should just have their own show. The gift of gab, those two, man. Those two could talk.
Hey, why you got one shoe on, one shoe off?
I was ready to break one of your ass, that's why.
It was really tough not coming to blows with Rampage.
I can't wait to beat the brakes off you, boy.
That's not gonna
I can't wait to beat
That's
the
not
brakes
gonna
off
happen.
you.
You know that's not
Rashad.
gonna happen. I kind of felt like I was back in school, like where every single day I had to face the bully, and if I didn't face the bully, he was gonna take my lunch.
Forrest,
He's a sucker.
all right. If I'm a sucker, treat me like a sucker.
I'm gonna treat you like a sucker.
Well, come lick on me then.
Rampage, you a bitch, man. So funny, Rampage. Ha ha ha.
I knew they were gonna set me up with something. Hi.
Rhonda and I fought once before, and obviously then we fought. Things were heated. I lost.
I'm here to coach. You're here to coach? I am. Coach what? The other
Ultimate
team?
Fighter.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Where is he at?
There have been a lot of great coaching rivalries. I think my favorite was season 18 when Ronda Rousey took on Miesha Tate.
Kat Zingano blew her knee out. She's literally in surgery right now. Your buddy graciously stepped up and said she would love to coach this season of The Ultimate Fighter.
She did not like Miesha at all. Miesha did not like Ronda.
I'm gonna break this girl to the point where she's never gonna be able to put a string of wins together again.
And you really saw the intensity of Ronda Rousey.
Good fight. Our personalities really clash. It's like fuel and fire. So us together on The Ultimate Fighter was just day in, day out, want to pull your hair out drama.
Oh, that's what we're waiting for.
What's up? Fashionably late. You should take let's try that as well.
Keep going again, buddy. You get thrown around in front of everybody.
We'll go at it. You want to go at it?
I'm okay with that. It's hard for someone to get under my skin, but Connor's very good at getting under other people's skin.
Butt face.
Acne scar. Guy looks like a orange cotton candy.
You look like a 50-year-old retired skateboarder. A little fat old man you look like.
You know what, fat? That dude is a crack up. I mean, the banter back and forth was classic. You're not wearing your high heels today?
Python skin.
Python?
I hunted them myself.
We don't even know what python is in America. Python sounds like something in the sewer.
Your little bum ass couldn't afford, that's for sure.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I do think.
You're wrong.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Look what I
thank
bring.
you. Nice. I like that.
She like that, you heard?
Another great coaching rivalry was season 23, Ioana Jędrzejczyk taking on Claudia Gadelha, and they had already fought each other.
I know I'm beautiful. You don't have to look at me all the time.
You're not. Believe me, you're not.
You're not.
You're not.
You're not.
There were so many awkward situations that I almost felt internally as a viewer where if a fighter gets in my face and challenges me or is looking me in the eye, I wasn't exactly sure how I would react to it.
You're so funny. You are. You are. Go. Go where? You want me to split on your face or punch you?
These two do not like each other. There is nothing more fun in the UFC when you have this rivalry, not only between the champion and the #1 contender, the two baddest 115-pounders in the world, but they hate each other. And that makes it so much more fun.
Make sure you're gonna be ready. Shut up. Shut up. He's got you. He's got you.
Awesome, you too. No, that's good. That's good. Good, good, good. We're good. We're good.
This guy right here?
He's telling me out before anybody.
This guy right here.
All
I don't even know you. What?
Cody. The reason TJ and Cody have so much bad blood between them is because of their history. They were training partners at Team Alpha Male under Uriah Faber. Uriah brought in Dwayne Ludwig as the striking coach, and TJ really hit it off with him. So TJ ended up leaving Team Alpha Male and is now with Dwayne Ludwig full-time. And that pissed off, obviously, Uriah Faber and most of Team Alpha Male, including Cody.
Whole team full of fakes. Whole team full of fakes, that's why. Stand by it, be real. You know that, TJ.
Come on.
Fake as you know you are.
Please. How my fake?
What?
Bitch, how my fake?
So he called me fake and then attacked me, which just seemed a little crazy, right?
How my fake?
He's shook, he's scared, especially, he's the one that invited that fight. He got what he got. From the Snakes team, we choose Tom.
Real original. Smart, man, real original.
Yeah, you the money team.
Touch your mouth, can we throw this? So it's,
Go for it, bitch. Go for it.
I think it all leads down to just insecurity. Cody's not very smart. He doesn't have anything that he can say that's witty. And he feels like he needs to create drama to be important.
Look at this guy. Look at this.
You're scared.
Yeah, bring it. Bring it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Bring it.
You smell like
Good.
Good luck to both.
Until I get to.
yeah, bro. You're a clown. Yeah.
Hell yeah. At some point every season, the coaches face off in a coach's challenge. I actually had to face Rampage Jackson in a game of horse in season 7. Now, if you come out on top, you win prize money for your entire team. It's a lot of pressure. It's also something Dana has always loved a lot.
All right, guys, welcome to my favorite part of the competition, the Coach's Challenge. Many of you know this is actually my favorite part of the competition. This is my favorite part of the season. Favorite part of this competition, my favorite part of the season. I say it every season. My favorite part of the season is the Coach's Challenge. I love it because people don't realize what a total pressure cooker this place is for these guys. The Coach's Challenge is the day that they get to relax, they get to kick back and have fun. I just think there's been so many fun moments that I've had a blast. The ping pong game between BJ Penn and Jens Pulver was awesome.
So this coach's challenge, they had a rope climb. They had a whole setup of all these different guns.
Excited to hit Chuck with my balls.
Probably one of the coolest, most badass ones we've ever done was with Conor McGregor and Uriah Faber flying in helicopters, dropping watermelons out of them onto a target. We were in an air-conditioned tent, partying, watching these guys do it.
exclusive. Congratulations to the little buff-faced twerp.
Behind me here are two massive dunk tanks.
I wasn't worried about the money. I just wanted to beat Joanna so bad. I wanted to dunk her inside that water so bad.
Fire away!
So cold. Whose idea was this?
All right, Joanna, it's your shot. Now you have the opportunity to win another $5,000. You have 3 shots to dunk me.
One time I didn't have a blast was where I had to get dunked in the biggest dunk tank ever.
I think I'm gonna faint. Claudia!
Not one of my favorite coach's challenge.
The spotlight and pressure of the competition has also led to some pretty wild and sometimes bizarre moments over the years.
You ready to fight? Ready? Do it.
Season 10. My team is destroying Rampage's team. It's not even close.
Winner, Justin Rins.
Victory, Daryl.
The winner by majority decision, Matt.
He's trying to piss me off, for real.
I mean, you got to see the reason that they call Rampage Rampage. Takes a swing at the door. He starts beating it down, and it was like Christmas, like trying to open a present or something. He's like. Nonetheless, I mean, it was shocking to see somebody just rip through it like wrapping paper.
No, son of When these guys are in the house and they're locked up with no access to the outside world, they start to freak out. So they start doing goofy. In season 14, Michael Bisping and Mayhem Miller got into this prank war that started with Miller barricading a car that belonged to Bisping's assistant coach, Tiki. But Bisping eventually got his revenge.
Go. Go.
Get the bag out,
Now you can take anything you can, and I will do this. Do it. Just do it. I can punch you. Do it.
Probably one of the craziest was when Kaplan was asking Lawler to hit him, that he can't be knocked out.
Do it. Just do it. You're lying. Cat. Oh. Cat.
I wasn't knocked out, but he did hurt. My jaw does hurt.
Come on, dude. Come here.
He comes to and he's like, oh, I wasn't knocked out. That hurt, I felt I was dazed, but I wasn't knocked out. Dude, you were snoring!
As you can see, we've had some wild moments on The Ultimate Fighter over the years. We've also had some pretty wild characters.
Chris Lieben had gone over to one of the beds, Jason Thacker's bed, and said, oh, you know, I'm gonna pee on this bed.
Is he coming? You know, back then, man, I was a dick. Let's rub it in. Part of it is psychological warfare. You know, I wanted to establish being the alpha.
Some of the greatest TV you'll ever see, where Chris Lieben is trying to sleep out in the yard, and Koscheck's hosing him, and Bobby's like this, all evil. Then Lieben wakes up.
Chris, God, out here. It's the house, bitch.
Being on The Ultimate Fighter for sure is enough to make you go crazy. I probably went a little bit nuts. I think it definitely changed me. You know, after I was never quite the same after that.
You know what? The show's over because I'll go to jail living with that.
One of the craziest characters of all the seasons of The Ultimate Fighter was Junie Browning. He definitely had a certain amount of craziness that made him unique.
Hey, get off me, man. I don't give a man.
He messed with a lot of the other fighters. He talked a lot of trash.
You ain't gotta tell me anything. You just gotta show me.
Dude, what the fuck wrong with talking? I'm not talking. You Dude.
With Junie Browning, who was an absolute nightmare to everybody in the house and had done some really stupid and continued to do it. So I get together with the guys. He wants me to kick him off the show and say, I'd have won that show, but they kicked me off because I was the baddest on there and this and that. Now you guys tell me, I'm sure you want to beat his ass, right? Yeah. Same Survivor and let's vote him off. Beat him off. That didn't sound good, did it? Let's beat him off. Yeah, one of my, not one of my greatest moments on the show.
Hey, Gunther, why are you always in different states all the time?
Just for my job.
What do you do?
Shear alpacas.
You shear alpacas?
I just travel around and cut animals' hair, yeah. And they just scream this horrifying sound. It's like, it's just,
Another happy customer.
John Gunther, that guy was hysterical. He sheared alpacas for a living. Then when it came time for his preliminary fight,
let's do it. Let's go,
Start it
Joe.
off, John. He charged in on Joe Giannetti like an alpaca.
John, you got it clear. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. There we go.
And he gets choked out in like 10 seconds. Out cold.
You got caught with a choke. That's good, yeah. What? Caught with a choke.
Damn. Shit.
All right.
I was fighting, and then all of a sudden, I just saw some people looking down at me, and I'm like, oh no, this is weird, like a weird perspective. Why am I staring at the ceiling? And then I knew this is bad. Darn, like I didn't get to do anything. It's depressing, but shoot.
Dog, get that out of my face, bro. That
Another challenge for these fighters is when they lose, they still have to live in the house and be around these guys that are still in competition.
Because I'll beat somebody's ass in this house, and I'll get sent home.
Well, that's a bad decision.
Play, dog, right now.
Some guys like Julian Lane in season 16 couldn't handle it.
Dude, can you hold me, bro?
Chill out.
What's up, dog?
I almost got my stitches popped, man.
Nah, you smiled. It ain't funny, dog.
Guys were holding me back, holding Don back. Mike Hill jumps in.
Let me bang, man. I want to do that, man. Let me bang, bro.
I do.
I do. Let me bang,
I
man.
do let you bang. Hey.
Let me bang again, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang. He's like, I do let you bang. And I'm like, let me bang again. And then I watch it like, dude, that is awkward as man.
In the end, The Ultimate Fighter is all about the fights. Win and you move on. Lose, you're out. And over the years, there have been some truly epic battles inside the octagon.
Southpaw stance for Mitrione. Good right hand, let's go.
Stop. You ready? Let's get it on.
It's always interesting when two guys who are very good friends fight in a cage.
There's been so many crazy cool moments.
They both said it's about putting on a show. Oh, Scott Smith is just throwing bombs.
One of the coolest moments ever that sticks out in my head is Pete Sell hits Scott Smith with a nasty body shot. Scott physically bends over and he's in pain. Pete Sell runs in for the kill, and Scott Smith sucks it up and throws one huge bomb at him and ends up knocking out Pete Sell and stopping him in that fight.
Look at this punch. Right on the floating rim. Scott inside. constantly winces in pain. He is hurt badly. But this guy is always dangerous. Bang! That is crazy.
That is one of the most unbelievable finishes
Scott Smith
in UFC history.
For the winner by knockout, Scott Hands of Steel Smith.
What a great fight tonight here in Las Vegas.
Let's go. Hey, your time, James.
Your time to shine.
All right, gentlemen, now bring it on, come on.
Season 9 was the US versus the UK, and the fight of the season was when James Wilkes took on Frankie Lester. Lester was one of the toughest guys we've ever had on The Ultimate Fighter, and it showed in that fight. Wilkes was a grappler, and Lester was a flat-out brawler, and they just went back and forth. Then at one point, Wilkes throws a vicious knee that catches Lester right in the chin and knocks his top 4 teeth out.
Okay, sir. That's all right. You be looking like me now, okay?
Come on, let's go.
What the If he can't fight, he can't fight.
They had to stop the fight because Lester's teeth actually got stuck inside his mouthpiece.
Like he said, I can't put it in.
I've literally never seen anything like it.
Let's see if we can get his tooth out, doctor.
It's over. It's over.
Michael Bisping was the coach of the UK team. He's going crazy. Dan Henderson was the coach for the USA team, and he's literally over there trying to pull the teeth out of the mouthpiece. It was insane.
So we go.
All right, get it in. Save the tooth. Put the tooth on ice. Let's go. Get it in. Ready? Get it in good, Frank. All right, bring it on. Come on.
Hands up.
Fight resumes, and Wilkes ends up winning by submission. But that was definitely one of the best fights I've ever seen on the show.
Hands up. Work on that cardio, Adam.
Gentlemen, here we go. Now bring it on. Come on.
One of the craziest knockouts I had ever seen, period, was a wheel kick delivered by Uriah Hall on Adam Sella.
More, couple more. We're
I think it was the first wheel kick we had ever seen in the octagon, and it was absolutely brutal. I remember seeing Dana's face when he saw it, and he actually looked very concerned. That was one of the first times I'd seen that Dana was scared after a fight and after a knockout.
It was one of the most vicious knockouts you'll ever see in any fight, in any combat sport.
That's a good sign, huh?
Yeah, that's a really good sign.
Mm-hmm. Sit right there. We're not coming up all the way.
Yeah, that was insane. Sella's jaw was pretty busted up. I was just happy to see that he was going to be okay.
One of the unique things about season 18 was it was the first time we were going to see women on The Ultimate Fighter.
I'm coming for her. I refuse to lose, and I'm going to be bigger, faster, and stronger in every situation.
And we saw one of the best fights in Ultimate Fighter history between Jessamine Duke and Raquel Pennington.
All right, ladies, now bring it on. Come on.
Keep it sudden. Always first.
It was a 3-round back-and-forth war.
See what you did to her nose? Just let her up.
She's just trying to catch you with punches. She can't kick with you.
Forward, forward, forward. She doesn't like it.
It was a crazy fight that really delivered. And it showed that the women had definitely arrived in the UFC.
All 3 judges scored this round 10-9 by the winner, Pennington.
Yeah, good job, dude.
Great fight. Great fight. I was really impressed with Raquel. She's a hell of a counterpuncher. She hits hard, and I like her. I like her a lot. It's going to be fun to watch her fight.
Fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Fight!
In season 27, the last semifinal fight was between Jay Cuccinello and Tyler Diamond. Tyler was the #1 pick that season, and Jay was only in the fight because the other guy got injured. But Jay definitely showed that he belonged. It was an epic back-and-forth fight. Both these guys are getting hit with big shots. Jay just had a little bit more left in the tank at the end. Landed some great kicks to the body. And then finished Diamond with an elbow. It was one of the biggest upsets we've ever had on The Ultimate Fighter. And it showed that anything can happen in this sport. Anything is possible.
Winner by referee stoppage due to strikes, Jay.
With every epic victory in the octagon, there's also a crushing defeat. A lot of these fighters spent years working to get to this point, which makes dealing with the loss that much harder.
It's over.
A lot of these fighters train their entire lives just to get the chance to be on The Ultimate Fighter. And once they make it, they have to take advantage of this opportunity. It's their one shot, and that's what makes losses so devastating.
Judges have come to a decision. Blue corner, Nico Montana.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize to me.
I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. I was already coming off a loss coming into the show, and I thought maybe dropping to 25 was gonna be like the answer to all my problems, and clearly it's not. I'm sorry. I'm so proud of you. I'm away from my family, and I just miss them so much. And it's hard to go through a loss like this and to be the upset on the show and not have them here to comfort me.
I don't really think Efren's as good as was better than what I thought. I just think I'm just not as good as what I thought. I'm in the wrong sport completely. I'm done. This was my last fight. If I can't beat him, I can't beat nobody in the UFC. Just waste my time. It's been a waste of 3 years. You know, I need to make some money somehow. And obviously, fighting ain't gonna be the way for me to do it. So I just find something else to do.
J-Rock took the loss hard. It's like you go to work every day and you work your ass off and you get to be the vice president or president of your company and you just get knocked off one day and you're back down to where you started. That's exactly what it's like in the fight business. You're as good as your last fight, and that's why these guys take a loss so hard.
All 3 judges scored this fight 20-18 for the winner by unanimous decision. Morunde.
I gotta put food on the table, man.
And
You'll get there. Don't worry. I don't have a job at home. I don't have no money.
Hey.
I don't have nothing, man. Hey, this is my first loss, man, as a pro, and it's highly disappointing, man. And I feel like I said, man, I let my daughter down. You know, my unborn. Let my whole family down, man.
Nothing can prepare a fighter for the pain they feel after a loss. But over the years, there have been some incredible stories of triumph that truly make The Ultimate Fighter what it is.
Good morning, guys. You ready?
Yeah. Season 2 was something I really didn't expect, because at the time, you know, I just graduated from college, and surprisingly enough, I didn't think I was gonna get a call back. I got a call back, and they said, you know, you've been selected.
Rashad.
In season 2, we had 2 weight classes, heavyweight and welterweight. Rashad Evans was one of the heavyweights, but he was a very small heavyweight. He was the last pick overall, and he went into every fight as the underdog.
Rashad, you ready? Let's get it on, come on. Let's go. Rashad Evans.
But he went in there and he beat everybody.
Rashad Evans.
He wins the Ultimate Fighter. Then years later, he faces Forrest Griffin for the light heavyweight title and becomes a world champion.
Undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Sugar Rashad Evans.
When I really started using bad, started taking pills, then started drinking every day, then started drinking on the way home from work, then after work, and then pretty soon it was like, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to be up at 4:30, so I had to have Coke for the morning. I'd go to bed hungover, so I'd wake up hungover and I'd drink, and then take OxyContin to get rid of the hangover.
I was, addicted to drugs and alcohol, and it led into, at the end, heroin. And I just happened to be one of the fortunate ones that were able to make it out.
Court McGee is another amazing story. He was a drug addict, went to rehab, got clean, and then he made his way on to the Ultimate Fighter.
Let's fight.
In his first fight, he faced Nick Ring. It was a back-and-forth war, but he ends up losing the decision. The winner, by majority decision, Nick Ring. It was a tough loss for Court, but after one of the other fighters had to quit the competition with an injury, we decided to bring Court back. And that's when he turned it on. He submitted James Hammertree and choked out Brad Tavares on his way to the finale. Then in the finale, he beats Chris McRae and wins the Ultimate Fighter. Congratulations, you are the Ultimate Fighter. It's an incredible story and an incredible comeback story.
While I was at practice, getting warmed up, got yanked from the class and was told that I needed to call my mom. She just told me that my dad passed away last night. I'm sorry I'm not there. My dad's been there my whole life, and I owe all this to him, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And it's unexpected, but it's something that we discussed. If I made it on this show and things took a turn for the worse, he made me promise that I wouldn't leave. I'm sorry I'm not there. I wish I was there right now.
Michael Chiesa is another inspiring story. On season 15, he finds out that his dad passed away during the competition, but he decides to stay and fight to honor his dad, and has an incredible run.
Gentlemen, now bring it up, come on.
And the winner by unanimous decision, Michael Chiesa. He beats Jeremy Larson, Justin Lawrence, and James Vick on his way to the finale, where he takes on Ally Quinta.
Nice entry. He's got a very nice body lock here. Chiesa's got to finish this.
Mike Chiesa is just coming off a life experience that just is tugging at your heartstrings.
Not able to get under the chin of Iaquinta.
He's not favored to win it, but comes through and gets the upset.
Michael Chiesa has put him to sleep.
Michael Chiesa is the perfect example of toughness, resilience, and drive. Everything that it takes to be the Ultimate Fighter.
It sounds terrible, but I enjoy hurting people. But I don't think I always will. I think it's just something that, from my past, I was the one being hurt, and that's kind of what you're taught, and then you kind of want to hurt other people because that's all you know. Growing up in Milwaukee, I've seen a lot of violence, and I've been, sexually harassed all my life. There's a lot of kids out there that are probably thinking that it's their fault, that they're being abused. You don't have to take it on yourself. I live with that secret for up until right before the show, and I finally told somebody about it, but you don't have to keep it a secret. You can, open up to somebody and you can get out of that situation if you can do it.
Stu, Rose, your time.
Fighter, you ready? Fight.
Rose Namajunas is one of the most compelling stories we've ever had on the show. She had a tough childhood, overcame so much, then goes on season 20 and just runs through the competition.
Let your knee down.
Let go, let go.
She won every single one of her fights by submission. Then in the finale, she faced Carla Esparza for the women's strawweight title.
Trying to push that elbow out. She's tapped out. Carla Esparza is the UFC strawweight champion of the world.
She didn't win that fight, but she went on to an outstanding career in the UFC and eventually won that world title, capping off a truly incredible story.
Pog Rose
Rose's story is an incredible one. Her rise to fame coincided with the rise of women in the UFC, something The Ultimate Fighter had a lot to do with.
As the sport started to grow, we started to evolve and go global. Tough was a big part of that. At one point, I said I'd never bring women into the UFC. Then comes Ronda Rousey, who changes everything and changes the entire landscape of the sport.
It's a monumental season this season. This is what you ladies have been waiting for your entire career. I don't have to give you women a speech. I mean, ever since women have stepped foot in the UFC, they've been some of the most exciting fights we've ever seen. You girls go at it. You're gonna make this season great.
My journey through my whole career fighting, spanned over a decade. And I just remember when women's fighting was just not taken seriously. I remember when Dana White himself would say, women will never be a part of the UFC.
You ready or what?
Yeah. And the moment I realized that women would not only be a part of the UFC, but would also be featured on The Ultimate Fighter, it was a very exciting moment for me. Fight! It made a statement about how tough women can be.
It was really exciting to be part of the first season with women. The females were just starting to rise, in popularity. So it was just so cool to be part of history.
The popularity of female fighters just kept growing. Season 20 was the first season we had only female fighters, and the winner was going to be crowned as the first ever UFC strawweight champion. So this season was just packed with great fights. In the end, Carla Esparza won the finale and the belt, and it was a massive success.
Carla Cookie Monster Esparza!
In fact, it was so successful that in season 26, we did it again. But this time, they fought for the first ever UFC women's flyweight belt. In the end, Nico won the title. And the impact of women in the UFC has continued to grow to this day.
Over the years, The Ultimate Fighter has proven it isn't your typical reality show. Fighters who win the competition often go on to have successful careers in the UFC. Several, including yours truly, even went on to become world champions. And that success has helped the UFC to grow into the global phenomenon that it is today.
From the first season, second season, third season, in those early days, The Ultimate Fighter really helped take a fringe sport out from the dark and make it a mainstream sport. We got these fighters young, we got them trained, and then they went in the UFC and had legacy. TJ Dillashaw!
The coolest aspect of The Ultimate Fighter is the fact that they're not just producing content, that they're actually finding legitimate champions in the sport. They're producing top-level talent, guys that have gone on to win belts in the UFC, guys like TJ Dillashaw, guys like Forrest Griffin.
You are the Ultimate Fighter.
Guys like Rashad Evans.
Congratulations, Rashad.
This is talent that was found in The Ultimate Fighter that went on to do a lot of great things and become some of the biggest names in the sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will determine who will be the Ultimate Fighter winner.
Because The Ultimate Fighter has had champions come off the show like myself, it legitimizes the show. It makes the show totally legit where you believe that You know, these guys are tomorrow's future stars.
Tony Ferguson, ladies and gentlemen.
It really is like the graduate school for the fight game. You know, it's something that changed the sport completely, from giving it a heart to building new stars to breeding champions and creating legacies. I mean, it's a very influential and powerful show.
I believe The Ultimate Fighter did help me in my career. I think that it helped people know who I was.
I can't say where I would be if it wasn't for The Ultimate Fighter.
In the history of combat sports, there never has been and there never will be a show that's more important than The Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter has a new home and a new look, but the competition remains the same. Survive the gauntlet and get your shot at UFC stardom. The Ultimate Fighter is back, and the question is, who will come out on top in season 29?
Two teams of promising young fighters training under two of the top stars in the UFC today. The most grueling competition in sports returns, but this time it'll be bigger and badder than ever before, with a brand new state-of-the-art training facility. But the goal of the fighters remains: survive the pressure-filled competition and earn a six-figure UFC contract and the right to be called the Ultimate Fighter. Don't miss season 29 of The Ultimate Fighter, coming March 2021.